in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. Newly, freshly from the killing of Axis. I did it last night, guys, so we got the guns. We finally did it. Many thanks to my fire team last night. We were in there for a while. We got the quest for the Outbreak Prime. We got a lot of gear. But what we're going to do this morning is talk about all the gear you need to get before Age of Triumph drops. Because once Age of Triumph drops, all the vendors are going to reset. So what I'm going to do is walk around the tower, look at each vendor, and talk about the winners that I think maybe you need to take another look at. And I know it drops tomorrow, so you can't get all these guns. But maybe one or two of them you say to yourself, man, I forgot to get that. Let's go buy it right now. Because I know I did that with, I think, one gun or something. But anyway, we're going to start out here at Triple Wreck and see what he's got. And we'll talk about it. So when I first got Rise of Iron and it dropped, I went around the tower and I looked for weapons. And I came to New Monarchy and I actually bought this auto rifle first. So the Assembly 2 is actually a really good auto rifle. It's the high rate of fire, low impact version. But when Age of Triumph drops, 2.6 is dropping and auto rifles are getting a range increase. And this is actually going to be a really good auto rifle. It's got perfect balance, counterbalance, and quick draw, or armor piercing rounds, whichever you choose, or third eye. So solid performance in that Doctrine of Passing archetype, but it's a good gun. I had it for a while, then I deleted it because I just wasn't using it anymore because I replaced it with better guns. But it's still a really good gun. So if you don't have that, that might be something to think about. All these other guns, the Free Will hand cannon, not a fan. The sidearm's okay, but I'm just not a fan. It's got a pretty good setup with some hand-loaded Zen moment, reactive reload, snapshot. It's a pretty good scout. Pretty good. It's a pretty good sniper. Pretty good sidearm. The shotgun is forgettable. Does have full auto, but it's kind of that mid-tier. Sniper rifle is the Defiance of Yasmin version. It's kind of And then First Citizen. First Citizen's not bad, but it's that high rate of fire machine gun that just doesn't do anybody any good. It's got an extended mag and counterbalance, so you can be pretty accurate with some pretty good range, but not a huge fan of that. So I definitely recommend the auto rifle if you want to think about a pretty good gun for PvP. Pick that up, and I think for PvE it's alright. But we're going to move along. We'll keep walking. We'll go check out the Vanguard and the Crucible and Future War Cult and Dead Orbit and talk about all those guns. So let me ask you guys while we walk, what is your favorite gun right now, and what are you hoping that the vendors are going to sell once Rise of Iron goes into Age of Triumph? What do you think what are you wanting? What gun are you wanting to be amazing when Age of Triumph drops? So that'll be an interesting conversation to have. So Crucible Quartermaster, he's got a lot more guns, and there's two guns that you know you need to have gotten. The Palindrome and the Event Horizon. Those two guns you need to have gotten. Now the Palindrome is an absolute must buy. If you have not purchased this one, you must have it. Rangefinder, rifled barrel, and your choice of mulligan or spray and play. Either one's good. But the rangefinder, rifled barrel make that a must have. That's like the Crucible gun right now. So the other one, the Event Horizon, it's not as imperative you have this. It's a good solid sniper, hidden hand with the short gaze, spray and play. So it's a good solid gun. It's got explosive rounds or small bore, whichever you choose. It's actually good for the Vosik fight, I think. I didn't use it, but it's pretty good. So definitely think about those two. As far as the rest of the guns, you got a 0-day dilemma that's pretty good. High impact auto rifle. You got a party favorite, which I've never liked. The hero formula, which is decent. It's a high rate of fire, low impact, but it's got those explosive rounds, brace frame, third eye, and life support. It's pretty good scout. Don't doubt that one. Hand cannon we talked about. Fusion rifle, Shotgun's pretty good. Pretty good shotgun. I think it's got rifled barrel. So you can get a pretty good shotgun out of here if you need it. And then the sidearm, which I don't like that stat roll. Chaotic Neutral's a good machine gun. It's a good machine gun. If you don't have a good machine gun, Chaotic Neutral's good for PvP. If you like using machine guns. And then the rocket launcher. This version of the rocket launcher is pretty forgettable. I've got a pretty good version of that rocket launcher in my inventory that I'm actually holding on to with grenades and horseshoes and spray and play. So, Crucible Quartermaster, I thank you, sir. Now, I will remind you guys that all of the vendors with the gear, like armor, are going to re-roll 2. I'm not going to go through everybody's armor. If you want to check that out, you can check it out yourself. But this gear is going to re-roll. So some of these stat rolls may be a lot better. And I actually just recommend pull up Destiny Item Manager when that happens. And just go to town. Check it out. And it should show you in the vendors section the stat rolls on all the gear. But we've talked about New Monarchy. We've talked about Crucible. We're gonna go run and talk. We're gonna go run and tell that, homeboy. Gunsmith is not gonna change. I don't believe. Eververse is gonna get an increase in that kiosk. So don't forget to save your silver dust. Maybe. Everybody's saying don't buy more stuff, but I can't be blamed if there's an ornament that I really want and I need a little silver dust. Because, I mean, hey, I like the shiny. So, we're going to roll on over to Dead Orbit. I think I'm aligned with Future War Cult. On my war... No, is it Dead Orbit? It's Dead Orbit. Okay. So, I've got a Dead Orbit rank. How many motes do I have? 270. So, Dead Orbit. None of these guns strike me. Like, this one's... The Extremophile, it's good. But I don't know about this setup. Armor piercing and hipfire kind of kill it for me, make it not a must buy. It's a good gun. I used that one after the New Monarchy gun for a little while, but Keystone's good. It's a high impact scout rifle with crowd control, perfect triple tap, extended mag, lightweight. It's good. Somebody was telling me if you get one of those with explosive rounds, it's good in the raid for killing the shanks. Didn't have one. Worlds to Come. Decent. That's a decent fusion rifle, but fusion rifles aren't really the meta right now, so can't really say you need to buy that. The shotgun's really good. Last Ditch 001. It's got hammer forged rangefinder, quick draw, and I think aggressive. No, it's got soft ballistics. Either way, that's a good shotgun. It's a good shotgun. It's that high impact shotgun. Nothing's gonna beat the Matador if you've got a good one of those, but it's a good shotgun to just go to the vendor and grab it. Bitter Edge, no, and Unto Dust is Garbooty. Garbooty. It's just not a good. It's not a good rocket launcher. And then we got the Vanguard Quartermaster. And so what I would like to have seen with Age of Triumph, and I'm coming from the heart. I don't know why I did that. I was just scratching my chest. What I would have liked to have seen is if they would have taken these vendors and done them like they did the kiosk for Eververse, or the kiosks for your shaders and your emblems. They have collections. I would have wanted collection 1 to be vanilla, collection 2 to be dark below, collection 3 to be House of Wolves, collection 4 to be Taken King, and collection 5 to be what you see here. And you can just page through all the weapons. How cool would that have been? Now, I don't know that they're going to not do that, but I don't think that's what's happening. And so let's talk about Vanguard guns. We got the Continental, which is not bad. I bought this at one point, and I think I have deleted it since. Interesting gun. Parthian Shot, a high-impact pulse rifle that you might want to think about. This one's got perfect balance, head seeker, rodeo, life support. This is not a bad pulse. Not a bad pulse if you like those high-impact pulse rifles. Then we have the Angel's Advocate. Pretty good option here. It's one of the higher rate of fire. Scout rifles, outlaw, explosive, reactive. Pretty good gun for getting kills and reloading. Not a bad, actually, not a bad Crucible gun if you like that archetype of scout rifle. So think about that one. How Dare You is absolute trash. I mean, I just don't like it. X Asterisk, I don't really care for it. If you like fusion rifles, it's not bad. We got the Teacup Tempest, which I actually enjoy. I really enjoy this gun. So it's a good, solid, hard-hitting sidearm if there is such a thing. But pretty cool. Joey's looking for a triple tap casket mag, Event Horizon. I just saw that. We are doing this live on stream, guys. So if you're watching on YouTube, come check out the Twitch channel in the description. Like I always tell you, if you see face cam, that means I'm probably on stream. So Occam's Razor, no, that range is so bad it's ridiculous, and there's no full auto to make up for it. 7th Sense, high rate of fire, low impact sniper. Bone Crusher's interesting. This is a pretty good gun, and it does have some good things. Feeding Frenzy, hand laid stock, crowd control, quick draw, or spray and play. So if you want a hard hitting machine gun, that's an interesting one. And then disassembly required. It does have a lot of rockets, but it requires disassembly, so I wouldn't recommend that one. So we got one more vendor to look at. We're gonna look at the Future War Cult. So which gun are you gonna buy? Which gun from the vendors do you recommend everyone buy? Which gun are you buying? Let me know in the comments. Because, I mean, tomorrow... Now, you will have tomorrow morning, I think. The vendors are not going to reset tomorrow morning. They were going to reset at 10 a.m. Pacific when the update drops. So, you got a little bit more time than just tonight. So, if you want to think about it, run one more. I wouldn't recommend running any of the dailies tomorrow, because all that stuff's going to reset at noon, and you don't want to have completed it already. Because a lot of that stuff's going to change. But if you need to get in the morning and just go buy something, you can do that. So as far as future war cult guns, the well, no, not really recommending it. It's kind of a step below things like the Palindrome, so don't recommend getting that one. The Waltz is okay, decently okay. Perfect balance rangefinder. I don't really. It's okay. It's just okay. Fusion rifle, the weighting. This is a decent version of this if you want a hard-hitting fusion rifle. It's got hip fire, accelerated, perfect balance, rangefinder, knee pads. Pretty good, pretty good. But this is going to be one of the other must-buys we're going to see right here. You got two almost must-buys right here. You got the Wormwood and you got the Wounded. So this rocket launcher we're going to ignore completely because it's not any good, especially with those talents. But so the Wormwood and the Wounded. The Wounded is a really, really good scout rifle that I'm finding a lot of success with. High caliber, quick draw, outlaw, perfect balance, and zen moment. All those talents are really good on a scout rifle. So I like this scout rifle. And then the Wormwood, if you're using sidearms in PvP, you have to have the Wormwood. This is the best sidearm right now. So, and the vendor version is the best. So quick draw, zen moment, hidden hand, hand-loaded high caliber rounds with the true sight, fast draw, quick draw. That's the gun. That's the sidearm to get. So if I could only buy one gun, I would buy the Palindrome. If I only could buy two guns, I'd buy the Palindrome and the Wormwood. Those would be the two that I would buy. But that's what I think. Walked around the tower, talked about the vendors. Which guns are you picking up? Which guns do you want me to take a look at? Which guns do you think I need to buy that I didn't recommend? So let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it, have some fun, and don't forget to come check out that Twitch channel, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'm Death Above, and I'll see you later. See ya, bye! My wife is calling me.